Hey guys, welcome back. In the last section we created the HTML user interface for our D&D image uploader. In this section we're going to just make this look better with CSS. Alright, so we're going to go to, in our CSS folder, you want to click on main.css, and the first thing I'm going to do is just do a kind of a global reset. Alright, so we've done this in the past. We're just going to use this asterisk here, and basically this is saying every element on the page. Alright, and we just want to zero everything out in terms of padding and margin. Okay, so padding and margin will be 0 because some browsers mess with the padding and the margin, and we just want it to look the same on all browsers. Now the next thing we want is we want to change the font, so we're going to change that with the body tag, and I'm just going to say font family Arial. Alright, now for the header, and I'm not going to use an ID or anything like that. This is really simple structure, so I'm just going to use the actual header tag to style it. Okay, so the height will be 50 pixels. We'll give it a background of dark gray, and then the text will be white. Okay, now we want to style the H1 tag as well, so header H1. Okay, and we just want to align it to the center. And we're going to give it a padding of 5 pixels. Okay, so let's just take a quick look at that. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, we forgot to put the CSS here. And we probably forgot the JavaScript as well. Oh no, we didn't. Alright, so just make sure you have that CSS folder there. Alright, so there is our header with the background, and it looks like there's still padding here. Actually, you know what? Let's not use that normalized CSS. Let's take that out. I think that's messing it up. Alright, yeah, so we'll take that out and we'll delete it. For some reason I thought we needed it, but we don't. Alright. Okay, so the next element, which is the main element, is the pick box. Okay, so we gave it an ID of pick box, so let's do that. Alright, so what we're going to do here, let's give it a width of 650, and we want this to be set in the middle, so we're going to say margin top will be 50 pixels, right will be auto, bottom, actually you know what, let's just do 50 pixels top and bottom, auto left and right. Alright, so let's check that out. Okay, so that's in the middle. Now it doesn't look like it's in the middle because the image is actually aligned to the left. So if we go to Chrome Tools and we check it out with our inspector, you can see that the actual div is in the middle. It's just this image that's not. So we can fix that really easily. If you remember, we gave the image, the background image. Actually, no, we didn't. We want to actually give this span, let's give it a class, and I'm just going to give it a class of back. Okay, so then down here we can say pickbox back. Okay, so this represents that image, and let's give it a position. Actually, no, we don't want to give it a position. We just want to align it. So we're going to just say text align is going to be center. Okay, and let's see, let's give it a little padding to the top. And we'll give it a padding of top of 100 pixels because we want the image to be down a little as well. And we'll display it as a block. And we want it to be a little bit transparent. So opaque, we'll say 0.4. Alright, so let's see if that took effect. Which it didn't. Pick box. Oh, okay, so we gave it a class of back. So we need to use a period here. Alright, so that's good. Now the drop box or the pick box, we want to have a border. So let's go back up here and say border. And let's do a light gray and dotted and 1 pixel. And I want to give it a minimum height of 500 pixels. Okay, just to give it kind of a set size. And then we want the overflow to be auto. And that should do it. Let's check that out. Okay, so there's our border, very light, clean looking. Now we also want to style the images after we drag them in. Now we don't have that functionality right now, so I can't really we can't see it as we create the CSS, so I'm just gonna have to create all the CSS now. Okay, so we're gonna say pick box, and we're gonna have a class called preview, which will represent the uploaded image. Okay, we have a few things to do here. Let's make a width of 245 and a height of 215. Okay, so that's basically going to be the size of each preview, and we want them floated to the left, and a margin. Okay, so a margin of 55 on the top, bottom right, and 60 on the left. Okay, position is going to be relative, and we want to text align to the center. Alright, so now we want to do the actual preview image itself. Okay, so we're just going to throw in IMG, and the max width is going to be 240, and the max height. Okay, so we want this to stay in its container, which we have up here. Okay, so the max height will be the same as the container, 215. I'm sorry, this should be, we're going to make this 180. And then we'll give each preview a border with 3 pixels solid white. Alright, and then we're going to display them as blocks. Display block. Okay, and I want each image to have a bit of a shadow, so we're going to say box shadow 0, 0, 2 pixels, and we're going to make that black. Okay, so that's for the actual preview image. We're going to have an image holder as well, so pick box dot image holder. Okay, we'll say display inline block. Alright, and then we're going to have an element with a class of uploaded, which will represent the image after the upload. So pickbox dot uploaded position absolute. And all of these elements are going to be generated through the JavaScript. Okay, we didn't manually include them in the HTML. So uploaded, and it's going to have a top 0, left 0, and this is the class that's actually going to show the check mark after it's uploaded. So we're going to use the check mark as a background image. Okay, height is going to be 100% of its container. Same thing with the width. And we want to include the check mark. So background URL. URL is, let's see, images / check.png. Okay, we don't want that repeated. No repeat, and we're going to make it right in the center. And RGBA, we want it to be a little bit transparent, so we're going to use this RGBA 255. Alright, and we'll give it about be half transparent. Alright, and then we want to display none because we don't want this shown until the image is uploaded. Alright, so we want to initially set it to none, and then the JavaScript will show it when it's uploaded. Alright, so this should be a hash or pound, whatever you want to call it. So after the uploaded, we want the progress holder div. Okay, so pickbox, and let's see, dot progress holder. Okay, this is going to be positioned absolute. Background is going to be 252 F38. Height is going to be 12 pixels. Width will be 100% of its container. And just do left 0 and bottom 0. Alright, and let's give it a box shadow as well. Black. Alright, so that's the progress holder. Now we need the progress div. Okay, pickbox dot progress. Okay, so this will basically represent the progress bar area. Okay, background is going to be 258 6D0. Okay, absolute basically is going to have the same properties as the holder. So I'm just going to copy these. Okay, we're going to do some box shadowing, and also we want some smooth transitions for when we upload it, a nice fade effect. So I'm going to paste some of that in here. Okay, so the WebKit browsers, CSS transitions, so that'll just make it kind of fade in nicely instead of just popping up there. Alright, and then the last thing we want to do is pickbox dot preview dot done dot progress. Okay, so when it's finished, we just want to make sure that the width is 100%, and we're going to add the important keyword as well. Alright, so that's good for the CSS. If we go and reload, you're not going to see any difference because most of that has to do with the actual the preview image once you upload it. Alright, so that should be it for our interface. In the next section we'll start our JavaScript, and then we'll move on to our upload PHP file.